Hello everyone, my name is Misao. Pretty sure you already know that since you watch my channel, or maybe you don't, but whatever. Welcome to a new series I'll be starting called Misao's Comfy Corner. This will be a series posted every Sunday like church, except instead of preaching to some kind of God or something, it's more of a mental health thing. However, keep in mind, I'd have no experience in therapy. I'm not a licensed therapist, so this will not replace actual therapy or groups or anything like that. So if you have any mental health, issues or whatever, please talk to a therapist, guidance counselor, or anyone who is licensed in, that stuff. But yeah. So today, our topic will be on dealing with stress due to our new president and his god-awful executive orders and all that stuff. And so a lot of this will affect people like people who are not registered as official citizens of this country, who are currently on the chopping block of being deported, or they're already being deported. And also people in the LGBTQ community who are stressed out because of executive orders. They're just banning trans people and stuff like that. So, and just people who are stressed out about stuff like, the fact that this guy is talking about becoming a dictator and ruling the country and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm scared shitless as well. As a citizen of this country, this is something that deeply affects me. So, today we're going to be vulnerable, and we're going to, be talking about how to cope with this, and, of course, like I mentioned in the beginning, just talk to a therapist and stuff like that, as they're good with, dealing with stuff like this. However, if you are unable to see a therapist, then I guess this is kind of the next best thing, so just, like I've said in a video before about talking about how, Trump's, new term won't actually be a bad thing, won't actually be too terribly bad for this country. Just the news. So a lot of our information is what we get from the news and other sources like that. However, they have a way of dramatizing stuff for, views and all that. And so it's important to maybe limit the news if you're feeling very stressed out by that. I understand that, knowledge is power, and it's good to keep up to date on what's going on in the world. However, if it's really affecting your mental health, then it's best to, limit it. I know that I should probably, it could do me pretty well as well to maybe limit the news and all that. Of course, keeping up with stuff like the weather and all that, it'll be very helpful, to do that. So that's all good. But it's best to limit your news and take it easy. And it's important to stay up to date with loved ones and all that, no matter if they voted for Kamala or they voted for Trump and all that. It's important to just be with them. Just because they voted for Trump doesn't mean they're necessarily a bad person. They of course do have reasons. Maybe all they want to do is maybe get a little bit of a tax break, or maybe lower the price of eggs. But just because of that doesn't mean it makes them a bad person. I've got some grandparents on my mom's side who have voted for Trump. Yeah, they're not bad people, they're really nice. And I'm glad I can talk to them. And now, I think it's best that you do talk to your family, keep in touch, and see how everyone's doing. It's a good support system. But if you don't have a support system, then, I'm sure there's at least one person in your life who cares about you. And so try to talk to them. That'll be okay. I guess, if things are getting, really desperate and you're thinking about, leaving the country, well, let's not be too hasty. I can understand if you need to leave the country. And if you really have to do so, then go ahead. Like, for instance, if you're one of the immigrants on the who are being deported and stuff like that, definitely leave the country. But if you're not, if the government's not like forcing you to leave the country or anything, then it's best to hold on for a minute. I understand that things might seem a bit airy right now, but if you're living somewhere like, for instance, I live over here in Mass, it's one of the blue states, that have strict laws on like protecting, LGBTQ and abortion rights and stuff like that. I think, I'm not really terribly sure, but, it's important to, just stay where you are if you're in one of the blue states, as if you're well protected, they've got your back and stuff like that. But if you're in more of the south and red states, maybe if you want to move, then at least move over to a blue state. That's nice and will assure that your rights are protected. So yeah, but remember, just because things look dark right now, it doesn't mean that everything is going to hell. It's important to think of the beauty in life. Go outside to take a walk and just take in some fresh air. Maybe take some time off social media. I know that I'm probably someone who needs to do that, but hey, I'll never admit it. But yeah, just chill out and remember, it's been just 1 week, but already a lot has happened. But I'm proud of you for staying on and trying to, survive. I think that's, sure, it's just a bare minimum, but I think that's a great accomplishment. So yeah, that's kind of it for right now. I know that's a bit short, but I want to try and be a bit more encouraging in the weeks to come. As, sure, this might just be the start, but I'm sure that, Varight's gonna try and do more things to try and divide us, to make it seem like it's hopeless, but it's not hopeless. If we try to give up, then we just end up playing right into the hands of the enemy. We need to stick together and try to help ourselves and others around us to see that, there's more than just, what's going on right now with the government and stuff like that. There's also, what's going on around us with our friends and our family, because that's what's beautiful. I probably didn't explain it too good, but hopefully you get the point. The point is inspire others to, see the beauty, and that'll bring us to the right side. Well, the side that's good. So that's all I've got to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week, I'm gonna do another video on this. Kind of, just more tackling, stuff that's going on with the LGBTQ community and all that. So I hope to see you then, and until then, stay safe, and, I got a task for you guys. Just try to count your blessings. It's just one small thing. Try to count what you're thankful for and all of that. If you're having a bit of hard time, just try to limit it for free. Just try to limit it to the basics. Like, for instance, I'm thankful for my family, my friends, and living in a state that's full of good people. And I want to know what you're thankful for. Comment it down below if you want. You don't have to, but it'll be nice to inspire others. And until then, stay safe. And I love you all.